I was thinking about this piece of military history that sounds, I mean, it's straight out of a movie, but it really sets the stage for what we're diving into today from Pastor Florin's sermon.
Oh, let me guess. It's not D-Day, is it?
Well, it is D-Day, but it's the part nobody talks about, Operation Fortitude.
Ah, the Ghost Army. Yeah, that's a brilliant analogy.
Right. The Allies build this massive, completely fake army, inflatable tanks, fake radio chatter, just, this huge production to fool the Germans into thinking the invasion was coming at Pas-de-Calais.
And it worked perfectly.
Huh.
So while the German high command was staring at the fake tanks, the real invasion, the quiet one, hit the beaches at Normandy, and they were completely caught off guard.
Exactly. And that's the frame the pastor used for Christmas. It's not just this sweet story. It's a strategic divine invasion.
The greatest rescue mission in history,
Huh.
and it's launched with a baby, not an army.
And that gets right to the tension of it all. The real scandal of Christmas isn't the stable. It's that the king showed up and almost everybody, I mean everyone, just missed it.
They were looking for a political conqueror, someone to take on Caesar.
And instead they get this humble, divine king working in secret. Which makes the confrontation so personal, right? The king has come, and for a lot of us, we're still sitting on his throne.
And that's our mission for this deep dive. We're going to dig into the pastor's notes and really trace this idea of Jesus's kingship, why it was a declaration of war, and what it demands of us today.
Let's start with the prophecies, because that's where the weight of this whole thing really lands. Isaiah 9.
Yeah, and the context is key. This wasn't written during a time of peace and prosperity. This is 730 plus years before Jesus, and Israel is basically collapsing.
They're facing the Assyrian Empire, so it's darkness, it's oppression, it's not a happy time.
Not at all. And into that darkness, Isaiah declares this divine regime change. He says, the government will be upon his shoulders. I mean, that's a dangerously revolutionary thing to say with the Assyrian army breathing down your neck.
And the titles he uses for this coming king, this is where the pastor's notes really blew my mind. We hear wonderful counselor, and we think, I don't know, a therapist.
Right, like a gentle spiritual guide.
Right.
But the Hebrew, Peleos, it's nothing like that. It's more like a strategic battle commander, a brilliant military strategist.
So we're talking General Patton, not Dr. Phil.
Exactly. This king isn't just coming to offer comfort. He's coming with a master plan to overthrow evil itself.
Wow. Okay, what about the next one? Mighty God.
El Gibber. And this is critical. That's a title that's used for Yahweh, for God himself, in other parts of Isaiah. So the prophet isn't just saying a great human leader is on the way.
He's saying God is coming in person.
As a divine warrior.
Yeah.
To establish his rule.
And Prince of Peace, Sar Shalom. I know that one gets watered down to just, inner calm.
Oh, completely. But shalom is so much bigger than a feeling. It's cosmic harmony. It's justice. It's mended relationships. It's putting the entire broken creation back in order.
So this King's Peace is an active thing. It's a government that confronts chaos.
It confronts every system, human and spiritual, that causes disorder. And this is where it connects to the quietness of the manger. The pastor's notes pointed to this idea from Luke 17, that the king has come, but for now, his government operates in secret.
That's the already not yet thing, right? The tension we all live in.
It's the essential tension. Jesus tells the Pharisees that the kingdom isn't coming with, big observable signs. He uses this Greek phrase, entos hymen.
And that phrase can be translated in two ways, which I thought was fascinating.
It is. It can mean in your midst, as in, hey guys, the kingdom is already here, standing right in front of you in my person. He was literally in their midst.
What about the other meaning?
The other meaning is within you, and that's the secret part of the invasion. The kingdom grows invisibly like a mustard seed inside the hearts of those who surrender to him as king. It's an inside-out operation.
Okay, so if the kingdom is secretive and growing from the inside out, why the immediate violent opposition? I mean, why the cosmic war?
Well, the secrecy itself points to how high the stakes were. This wasn't just a political threat. The pastor's research really highlighted this. Herod's paranoia wasn't just paranoia.
It was the spiritual powers mobilizing.
Yes. You see in Revelation 12 that image of the dragon waiting to just devour the child the second he's born. That's what was happening in the spiritual realm. Herod was just the earthly pawn.
He was a rival king.
The ultimate rival king. And his reaction just exposes this basic truth. You can't have two kings on one throne. Something has to give. The hiddenness of Jesus' birth protected the whole plan until the fullness of time.
Until the cross and resurrection.
Right, until the next phase of the invasion was ready to launch.
And this makes the contrast between who recognized him so much sharper. You have Herod, the king on the ground, who sees a threat and responds with murder. His allegiance is to his own power.
And then you get the Magi, Gentile astrologers,
Yeah.
foreigners. They see a sign in the stars, and they travel for months, maybe years, just to find this new king and kneel.
Their worship is this incredible symbol of international recognition.
While the king in Jerusalem is trying to kill him, it just says so much about who's actually paying attention, you know.
So let's talk about the people who are paying attention. Not just the shepherds, but Simeon and Anna. I love that the sermon focused on them. Two elderly people in the temple. Why did they get it when the powerful leaders missed it?
Because the king is revealed to the humble and the watchful, not the powerful and the distracted. Simeon, it says, was waiting for the consolation of Israel.
That sounds like one of those churchy phrases. What does it actually mean?
It's actually a super technical theological term. It wasn't just a vague hope that things would get better. The consolation was tied directly to Isaiah's prophecies about God himself returning to rule from Zion as the true king,
So he was looking for a literal royal intervention.
a divine takeover. And when he holds that baby, his response is just cosmic. He doesn't just see a baby, he sees salvation, and he sees the cosmic judge.
And he says he's a light for the Gentiles.
Which connects right back to Isaiah's prophecies about this king's global rule. Simeon saw in this tiny baby the king of the entire world.
Then you have Anna, the prophetess.
Yeah, and her focus is slightly different, but just as powerful. She speaks of the redemption of Jerusalem.
Which again sounds spiritual, but the note said it was a political term.
Oh, deeply political. The Greek word is leitrusis. It means liberation or a ransom payment. In Israel's story, it's always connected to God acting as their king-redeemer to free them from oppression. She was talking about national liberation.
So in the temple, under Roman occupation.
She is publicly declaring that God's reign has begun and Caesar's is ending. She was announcing the arrival of the secret government that was about to turn the world upside down.
So these two weren't just being sentimental. They were making explosive political and theological claims about a baby.
They saw the enthroned king of the universe.
Which brings it all back to us. Because if that's true, if Jesus is Lord isn't just a religious slogan, but a political reality, what on earth does that mean for our lives today, with all the anxiety and the pressure and just everything?
It means that following Jesus isn't just about believing a set of facts.
Yeah.
If he is king, then we are his apprentices. There has to be a practice component to living under his rule.
That's how the secret internal kingdom becomes visible on the outside.
Precisely. The pastor's notes brought this up. When we follow Jesus, we're adopted into the family of God, the nation of God. We call it the kingdom of God.
And it's not just a concept, it's a real nation with its own culture.
A real nation with a real king. It's why Jesus said in Matthew 6, "Seek first God's kingdom and his righteousness," because everything else, everything we think or do or say, has to rest on that foundation.
The sermon had this one line that it hit me right between the eyes. If the government is truly on his shoulders, why are we still trying to carry it?
And that's the question, isn't it? That's the root of so much of our striving and anxiety. We're trying to sit on a throne that was never meant for us.
It's the practical test. What does it actually look like if Jesus is king over my calendar? Or my bank account? Or my anxieties about the future?
It requires a deliberate surrender of sovereignty in those areas. It means dethroning ourselves and our idols of control and comfort.
The pastor told that story about Emily, right? The generosity thing.
Yeah, that's a perfect example. She was struggling with so much financial anxiety, and she goes to this gathering about generosity, probably expecting to feel guilty.
Another burden.
Exactly. But instead, she realizes her anxiety is coming from trying to control her finances, from trying to keep Jesus off that one specific throne in her life.
And when she let go.
Freedom. The moment she surrendered that control and started practicing what it looks like to live under King Jesus' provision, the anxiety started to lift. What began as a duty became a joy.
That's the secret kingdom becoming visible.
It's the only way it happens. From the inside out, as we let the king actually be king over the chaotic parts of our lives.
So to pull this all together, we've tracked this king from the whispers of Isaiah, this mighty God, this battle commander, all the way to the enthroned Lord of the universe.
And we see that the manger wasn't cute. It was confrontational. It was the launch of an invasion.
And maybe the biggest resistance we face isn't some external Herod, but the little Herod inside all of us that still wants to be in charge.
The king has come. And his kingdom is still advancing quietly through humble, watchful hearts who are willing to surrender.
So here's the thought to leave you with this week. The king has come, and he is coming again. Since his reign started in quiet humility, what area of your life, your schedule, your finances, your need for control, what area that feels ruled by chaos right now might be the very place the king is quietly waiting to demonstrate his sovereignty?
That's surrender. That's where the secret kingdom breaks through.
If this deep dive was helpful for you, please take a second to subscribe and maybe share it with a friend who's wrestling with these same ideas.
And you can always submit prayer requests on our website at agapechurch.life. We have a team that would be really honored to pray for you.
Also, check out our YouTube channel. It's a work in progress, but we promise it's getting better.